The recent assassination attempt on former U.S. President Donald Trump has sent shockwaves through the global political landscape, drawing condemnation from leaders around the world. The incident, which occurred at a campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, resulted in the death of the assailant and a bystander, and left two others critically injured. The responses have been unified in their denouncement of political violence, with calls for a return to civility and respect in political discourse. President Joe Biden and other leaders have emphasized the importance of lowering the temperature in politics, highlighting that despite disagreements, we are all part of the same democratic fabric. As we reflect on this unsettling event, it begs the question, how can we rebuild a political culture where violence is unthinkable and respectful dialogue prevails? Step 2. New article. Global condemnation of the assassination attempt on Trump, a call for political civility. In a harrowing event that has reverberated across the globe, an assassination attempt on former U.S. President Donald Trump at a campaign rally in Butler, Pennsylvania, has united world leaders in condemnation. The incident, which saw Trump injured and several others affected, has sparked a renewed dialogue on the perils of political violence and the urgent need for a more respectful political climate. The incident. The assassination attempt occurred on Saturday when a gunman, identified by the FBI as 20-year-old Thomas Matthew Crooks, opened fire at a campaign rally. Trump was struck in the ear, and despite the immediate response from Secret Service agents who neutralized the shooter, the attack resulted in the death of a bystander and critically injured two other spectators. The violence was swift and brutal, leaving a somber atmosphere at the rally and raising questions about the security and safety of political figures and their supporters. International reactions. Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau expressed profound shock and revulsion, stating he was sickened by the shooting. Trudeau extended his thoughts to Trump and the American people, emphasizing the shared commitment to democratic principles and the abhorrence of political violence. Similarly, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer described the scenes as shocking and underscored that such acts have no place in a civilized society. European leaders echoed these sentiments. French President Emmanuel Macron called the incident a tragedy for our democracies and conveyed France's solidarity with the United States. German Chancellor Olaf Scholz and Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni also condemned the attack, reinforcing their commitment to combating political violence and maintaining democratic values. In Asia, the response was equally strong. China's President Xi Jinping conveyed his sympathies, highlighting the importance of standing against violence that undermines democracy. Japan's Prime Minister Fumio Kishida and India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, who referred to Trump as "my friend," both strongly condemned the incident, emphasizing that violence has no place in politics. Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese described the event as concerning and confronting, while Russia's Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov reiterated Russia's stance against all forms of violence, albeit with a pointed remark about the environment created by the U.S. administration. Domestic unity. Within the United States, the response was notably bipartisan. Both Republicans and Democrats swiftly condemned the attack, showcasing a rare moment of unity in the often fractious political landscape. In an address from the Oval Office, President Joe Biden called for a reduction in political hostility, urging Americans to remember their shared humanity and common citizenship. Biden's appeal was clear: we are not enemies. We're neighbors, friends, co-workers, citizens, and most importantly, fellow Americans. Vice President Kamala Harris also took to social media to denounce the violence, labeling it an abhorrent act that must be condemned to prevent further occurrences. Her sentiments were mirrored by former President Barack Obama, who emphasized that there is absolutely no place for political violence in our democracy. A call for change. This incident has reignited discussions about the current state of political discourse in the United States. The rhetoric in recent years has become increasingly heated, with sharp divisions and hostile exchanges becoming the norm. President Biden's call for lowering the temperature in politics is not just a plea for calm, but a necessary step toward rebuilding a political culture rooted in respect and constructive dialogue. Political analysts and commentators have long warned about the dangers of extreme partisanship and the dehumanization of political opponents. The attempt on Trump's life is a stark reminder of the potential consequences when political disagreements escalate into violence. It serves as a wake-up call for leaders, citizens, and media alike to foster a more inclusive and respectful political environment. Looking forward, as the world watches the United States grapple with this incident, there is a collective hope that it will lead to meaningful change. The unified condemnation from global leaders underscores the universal values of democracy and the need to protect it from the scourge of violence. It also highlights the interconnected nature of modern politics, where events in one nation can have profound implications globally. The path forward requires a concerted effort from all stakeholders. Political leaders must set the tone by promoting respectful discourse and condemning violence unequivocally. Citizens, too, have a role to play in demanding better from their representatives and engaging in constructive, rather than destructive, political discussions. The media, with its powerful influence, must strive to provide balanced coverage that informs rather than inflames. In the wake of this tragedy, we are left with a critical question: how can we collectively create a political environment where differences are debated with respect and violence is never seen as an option? Your thoughts and opinions on this pressing issue are invaluable. Share your views and help shape a future where democracy thrives in peace and mutual respect.